Okay, this is a really mad wee recipe that tastes fantastic and you get the most brilliant flapjacks. So let's see what we need. We've got here about 140 grams of plain flour, 275 grams of light muscovado sugar, 300 grams of porridge oats, just standard oats, about 50 grams of sultanas there. We need some syrup because we've used about 3 tablespoons of syrup. In here we've got 400 grams of chopped fresh plums, so any plums will do, just chop them roughly. And in here, hiding in the corner, we've got some mixed spice, so there's about half a teaspoon of mixed spice. And over here on the stove there is quite a lot of butter, there's 250 grams of butter. So that's everything that we need to make our spicy flapjacks. Okay, a couple of things to do first. The first thing we want to do is melt the butter, so you really do that quite slowly. So I've got the butter here on, the gas is down quite low, and you don't want to burn it, you just want to melt the butter until it's soft, so that'll probably take about 10 minutes. While that's happening, we want to go over here to the plums, and we want to add to the plums the mixed spice, so it's just a matter of putting that across, not much there. And also about a tablespoon of your sugar, so I've got the sugar over here, and I'm going to jump back here and put some sugar on there and a wee bit more, so just about a tablespoon of sugar. And then what you want to do is you want to take and you want to just give that a good old mix. So you can do it with a spoon or you can do it this way if you're smart. And you want to leave that for about 15 minutes whilst the butter's melting. Okay, now that the butter is all melted, which you can see there, and looks okay, not too bad, so it's not too bland or anything like that. And you see the peaches now are nicely marinated in there, just move that out of the road. What you need to do is get yourself a bit of a baking bowl. You see this is a big old fashioned baking bowl. If you're serious about baking, it's a good thing to have. And what you do is you chuck in the oats, followed by the flour, followed by the sugar, and you give that a good old mix. Just use the wooden spoon. So you get all the lumps out of the sugar and you carry on until you get a nice kind of a mix. Okay, and you can see there now that most of the lumps of sugar are out of that and it's looking quite nice. So the next thing to do is to add in your butter. So I'll just bring the butter over here. I haven't got a tripod, so can't do everything with one hand. Okay, so add in the butter and then add in about 3 tablespoons of golden syrup. So I'm just going to try and measure this out. Oh, it's about 1.5. Some more in there, about 2. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that that's enough, so it's about 3 and then thereabouts. Obviously you can measure this yourself to get it exactly right. And then you just mix that lot up again. See now it's getting really lovely smell and all the syrup and all the butter in there, so just mix away. Okay, now we've got a bit of a kind of gungy mess, which is kind of thick and flapjacky, which is what you want. And then you just want to add in the sultanas, or you could use nuts if you choose. And then again, just giving those a very light mix in this time. Okay, we're just about ready now to construct the flapjacks. So we've got this mix here, which is kind of oaty mix, and then we've got our lovely plums that have been marinating there for about 15 or 20 minutes. And we have a baking dish. You see what I'm using here is one of these kind of silicone ones. This is brand new, so I've no idea how it will work, but you don't need to use any butter if you're using one of these, otherwise you should cover the inside and kind of grease your baking dish. So I'm going to use one of these. This is 21 centimetres by 25 centimetres, and it's probably about 3 centimetres deep. So what I'm going to do is put half the mixture in and then put the plums on top. So I'm going to put half the mixture in first. Okay, so there's half the mixture, so there's still half the mixture left, and half has been bedded down into the bottom of the baking dish. You might need to use your hands. As long as your hands are clean, there's no reason why you can't push your hands in, but you want to get right into the corners. You want to make sure you get the mix all the way in and fill every space that you've got there. You can see the sultanas. Okay, so the next part of the job is to take the plums, which we've got here, and it's really easy. It's just a matter of putting them over the oats. So there we go, that's the first part. And then, again, all we're doing is we're flattening them down, trying to make sure they fill in every space of it. Okay, so I'm quite happy now that the plums are all in a nice flat line here at the top of the oats. If this was smell-o-vision, you would smell lovely fresh plums and the lovely oaty mix, and the oven's starting to heat as well now, so this is really going to end up nice. And the next thing all you do is take the rest of the oats, put them on top of the dish, and then again flatten them in. So you're trying to get a kind of a layer of plums between the two layer of oats, and that's what makes these flapjacks particularly good. So I'm just going to do that now, and we'll show you that once it's complete. And you can see there it's a bit of a mess at the moment, but again all I'm going to do is flatten it all down and get everything into space, trying to get all the plums completely covered. Okay, the job is nearly done. You'll see now that the oats are now completely covered. A couple of wee bits of spaces here and there, but nothing too much to worry about. And the next thing to do, and the final thing to do, is open your oven. So your oven should be on at around about 200 degrees. If it's a fan oven, you could go at 180. And round about the middle shelf, so I don't know if you can see that there, but I'm just going to lift the mix. And right into that middle shelf, like so. And that's it in there. Close the oven. And that's you at 200 degrees or 180 if it's a fan. And hopefully in 40 to 45 minutes you'll have some lovely flapjacks which should be crunchy and brown on the outside, so we'll have a look once they're ready. As you can see, it's nice and bright at the moment outside. Just having a look at the back there. But by the time the flapjacks are ready, it will probably be dark. Okay, got just under 4 minutes to go now before the flapjacks in the oven down there are ready. So the smell is absolutely wonderful, so hopefully they'll turn out really, really nice. Okay, so here's the flapjacks, nicely cooked. You'll see they're kind of bubbling away. So they're right out of the oven, and I've now got them near an open door. So the idea is now just to leave them for a couple of hours at least, by which time it'll be dark, before you even cut them. The secret here is they must be completely cold before you attempt to cut them. Okay, there you go. You can see now that it's kind of dark outside. Let's have a look outside and see what we can see. Not much in the darkness, some flats there away in the distance, and a little light there. So if we come back inside, that's a lovely picture of an Irish cottage. And if you look down, you'll see that we have a perfect plate of sticky plum flapjacks. Enjoy.